Hello, folks. I'm Ellie Little, and I want to take a little bit of time. I've been asked several times, how do you set up a trade in more detail? And so I want to take a little time to look at that. If I'm trading something, the first thing I want to do is I want to go out and I want to say to myself, okay, what's the general market doing, right? I want the wind at my back. So what's the trend? And if we pull up the general market and we look to see what's happening there, the first thing that pops up here is the ABCD structures, and as you can see here, there are none that are in play, right? We've got one that's farther out, 4539, so that's like way up here somewhere. So those, ABCD structures just aren't in play, and there was a whole bunch of them just a week ago, and they all got hit. And so when they get hit, that says that you've extended, everything's hit. Now you're going to have to consolidate.
Help us help you. Hit the like and subscribe buttons.
So moving to the charts, right, you can see a big volume high right here. So you left volume at the top. That's always good. And you got this long extension that's way above where price went to. It's way below where price went to. And so this is the supply, the demand zone back in this area. That's what the charts are telling you. And if we look over at the weekly chart, that demand zone's over here around 4.1, and this is the low is 4.2. So you could trade as low as 4,200 and still be quite bullish. And so if I mark it here on the daily, it's like back in this area. So you can come all the way back to here, be extremely bullish still. That's how much risk there is, right? How much reward is there? Well, I doubt, given the high volume top, I doubt we're going to trade over that. And we're right here. There's a lot more risk than there is reward right now. That says, now long term, you can see it's up, right? But that says that right now, it's not the best trade to try and be long. You want to let it set up. And so with that in mind, I'm not going to be itching to get into something unless that something's really moving. Now, if I look here and take, an AI stock, big cap, mega cap, Microsoft, for example, you can see the huge run that Microsoft had. This is the weekly. Nice volume spike on the build up, breakout. Here's another one. And then so as this thing scoots on higher. This thing's probably done what it's going to do. If I look over on the monthly over here, tested the top, probably going to have about the same amount of volume, so that's good. So longer term, great. Longer term here will be great once it comes back and resets. And same thing on the daily. Now the daily, of course, is the one that's going to gyrate more right now. If you look at the bottom of this swing point high was 334. This traded at 3356. And so that says, hey, the retest regen failed. The first retest regen failed. What does that typically say? Well, it says that all the trend that was in effect, which in this case was higher, has been broken. And so we're sideways probably at best. Again, something telling you that you don't want to try to rush into this. Now, if you're already in this, you want to be able to either get out or potentially add to it again. And I can see the resistance zone is like right up in that red right there, and then again up here. It may get it all the way back up to here, but more than likely it's probably going to be jagged up into this area, somewhere between here and the top. And I say that because if I pull over a 30-minute chart, let me grab one here and I'll have to blow it up for you. So this is a 30-minute chart of Microsoft. And if I look at it, I can see that huge spike to the top on this bar here. This one right here, right? So that's that big bar right there. If I look at the bottom of that bar, the low, it's 345, right? So I imagine any kind of a push back to the top side as it comes back into this area. Anything above that is going to be selling into a supply. And so 345 up is going to be heavy supply, more than likely short term. 345, if we go back over here, this was about 341, I think it was 342. So just above that area, somewhere in here, you're going to run into some supply, and more than likely that's about all you can get. Might be a good place to lighten up if you're too heavy. Where can you trade back to? Well, we've already said that. That's much lower. I would think the next one is here, and then on back down farther. Matter of fact, let's pull up the weekly and look. I mean, you could trade all the way back to 294 and still be quite bullish. My suspicion is that zone that we see here is where the buyers will come in and off of this bar, which is 309. And so you're sitting at 335. You can go down to 309, still be extremely bullish. Your upside's maybe 10 points from here. What's the trade? There's not. You got to wait. That's how I set up a trade. If I don't see the reward risk in the trend, in other words, I want to go with the wind at my back, and if I don't have the reward risk, I simply wait. I go look somewhere else. That's it. Have a great one. Stay safe. Take care. See you next time.